All right, hi everybody. Welcome to another little bit of Wingman wisdom. I'm going to read an email here shortly, but first I want to start out by asking you a question. Which would you rather have as a friend? Somebody who is nice or someone who is honest? You got to choose one. Would you rather have a friend who is nice or a friend who is honest? I'm going to read this email from Janice Miller Stevens. She does not think I'm a very nice person, I guess. She says, hello, Alan. Just when I think I have you figured out, you throw a curveball. You say you are the wingman and that you care about RVers, but then you turn around and attack RVers with emotional outbursts. I'll bet you are a peach to live with. I think you must be a quite lonely man. Fondly, Janice Miller Stevens. I don't know. So what do you think? Would you rather have a friend who is honest or a friend who is nice? You want my take? Well, I'm going to give you my take. I'm not sure what Janice means by me attacking RVers and that I go on these emotional rants. I am an emotional person. I watch movies and I'll cry, and I am a touchy-feely kind of an emotional person, but I'm also a passionate person. I think sometimes passion can be misunderstood as just emotion, unguided emotion. Passion can feel emotional, but my passion is driven by conscious thought, I think. Being aware, being measured, being direct, being honest, goes back to the question, who would you rather have as a friend, someone who is nice or somebody who is honest? I think passionate people can seem emotional. Like I said, I can appear to be emotional, but I'm more passionate, I believe, and I am rational in my thinking. Does a true friend tell you the truth? Or just kind of part of the truth? I mean, a real friend. Tell you a little story. I used to, when I was doing my TV shows, every year I would go and spend about a week, 2 weeks sometimes, with a friend of mine that he was a big shot college football player. He's an old guy now, but he was a big shot in college. And I'd be on the phone talking business. And I had this young guy that I was mentoring. And this guy, he was getting in the TV show business, and I just liked him a lot. Gosh, he was so honest and driven, and he was a good guy, and I truly wanted to help him. And he would call me up, and he'd ask for my opinion, and I could tell him the truth without hurting his feelings, and being direct and being honest with him. And while we're driving, this guy picked me up from the airport, and we're going to go and do a TV show together, the old football player. And as we're driving, I'm looking, he's driving the truck, and he goes, I'm talking on the phone, he goes, And I think like he's having some kind of a seizure. And he's, wham, wham, he's doing all these manic type things. And I hang the phone up. And I said, what was that all about? He goes, that's the way you are. What? Yeah, he says, 1 minute you're telling somebody how good they are, the next time you're slapping them down. It's like, come on, pumpkin, you can make it. Then you knock the legs out from under him. I do that? He says, you know who else does that? Good coaches. That's the way my coaches taught me to be the best me I could be. They were honest. They saw my strengths and they knew my weaknesses. And they wanted me to get better. And I went, huh? I never thought of myself as a coach. But maybe I can see that. Now, today's coaches, I think they have to coach a little bit differently because people are, they don't take to the hard lifestyle that we did, back when we were teenagers, if you're an old guy like me. But telling the truth to me is more important than being nice. I want to be nice. I do. But not at the expense of being deceitful, less than honest. Being less than honest is being deceitful. I owe it to you. I owe it to me to be honest, to really be honest. And you owe it to yourself and to the people you love to be honest. And sometimes honesty, it hurts. It does. But sometimes I think that is what we need. And Janice Miller Stevens, when you think you have me figured out, I don't know if you'll ever get me figured out because I don't have me figured out. I am a work in progress. You think that, I berate people? You ought to see when I mess up. Back when I had the ranch, there was the worst fist fight ever imaginable at the ranch. And people observed these fights all the time. It was me outside kicking myself in the butt for doing something wrong, for being a fool. I learned to do that. I learned to go, oh, why did you do that? I think, at least for me, recognizing that we are filled with flaws, and to recognize those flaws and to practice. The greatest anythings in the world have practiced at being that great. Nobody has to wake somebody up and say, you need to go practice. You think they do that to Tom Brady? Come on, honey, I think you need to look at the game films. He's on it. He is a professional. He wants to be the very best he can be, whether you like him or not. Musicians, public speakers, entertainers, nobody has to inspire them. They're inspired inside. Somebody, for most people, somebody had a mentor. And that mentor, I believe, at least it has been for me, they were honest, sometimes brutally honest. And brutal honesty does not always feel good, but I think it is always welcome if you have the right student. I want to believe that I'm the right student, and hopefully I can be like my friend said. He said, I'm like his coaches were. I've never been a coach. I'm not really a life coach. I'm a guy who's made a lot of mistakes and trying to help other people avoid them. Unfortunately, they say that we have to learn lessons the hard way. Guess what? We do. Why? Because we don't even know we're making the mistakes when we make them. I'll close with this. And I probably said this before. You may have heard me say this, but I've heard there are 4 levels of human consciousness and awareness in anything that we do. Bear with me here. The first thing, look at anything. I don't care if you want to be a plumber, a basketball player, you want to be a public speaker, whatever it happens to be. The first level of consciousness is you're unconsciously incompetent. You don't have a clue. I used to do a TV fishing show. I've caught a fish. I could do a TV show. Well, you could. Good luck with that. I can sing the Star-Spangled Banner, but I ain't going to sing it like Garth Brooks. I'm unconsciously incompetent, and so are you at certain things when you start out. Most people stay that way. If you want to get good, you'll go to the next level, the next phase, where you're consciously incompetent. You'll look at the game films. You'll replay the parts of your life, of whatever you did in work. You'll say, oh, I don't want to do that again. I made a mistake. You're consciously incompetent. I know I'm not good, but I'm going to get better. The next phase is you'll look for somebody that's better than you, smarter than you, wiser than you, and you'll listen. And they'll tell you, if it's a coach, they'll tell you, you need to, every time they move this way, you need to move that way. Look for this and then do that. And you're listening, you're learning. And then when presented with that chance to demonstrate that quality, you're thinking, okay, what did the coach tell me? What am I supposed to do? This is the situation I was told about. You become consciously competent. You were unconsciously incompetent, consciously incompetent. Now you're consciously competent. And what's the next phase? After you do it enough, you become unconsciously competent. You don't even have to think about it. The words just come out. They may not be perfect, but it just seems so natural. You can shoot that basket, you can get up and play, you can sing, you can do whatever you do, and it just looks like it's the easiest thing that ever was. And all those people down there, they're going, I could do that. Sometimes that's what life looks like to people. Oh, how hard could it be to have a kid? I could have one of them. Good luck with that. Anybody can be a parent, just about. Not everybody can be a good parent. It's hard. Going back to RVing, which I love RVing. I love RVers. People look at RVing. How hard can it be? Well, it's not that hard, but it's a whole lot harder than you know. Because you don't know yet, but you will know. So, Janice Miller Stevens, thank you for your email. I don't take offense at that, and I smile because, I want to think that sometimes I really am a peach to live with. Or old rotten sourpuss peach. But sometimes I can be nice as well. Folks, let me know what you think. I mean, do you think that would you rather have a friend who is nice or a friend who is honest? And why? The truth now. Most people, I think, are going to say, I want an honest friend. Well, as long as they tell me what I want to hear. What do you think? Would you rather have a friend who is honest or a friend who is nice? Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it on social media with your RVing family and friends. Maybe anybody who would like to listen to a little bit of Wingman wisdom. I am Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and what? Don't you dare leave your good manners at home. I'll see you again soon.